What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Jude's Word. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all share with a friend, share with a friend, share with a friend. Y'all need to tap in. We got to hear this tonight. We got to chop this up tonight, y'all. We got to chop it up tonight. Conversation tonight is about thank God for redirection. Thank God for redirection. I did a reel earlier, probably a couple of weeks ago about it. It was thank God for the failure. I didn't like the word thank God for the failure because, like I explained before, like how I feel about failure, how I feel about speaking life and speaking death. Thank God for the redirection because the lesson you learn from things not going the way you planned them to go, that's God redirecting you to what he feels like you should be doing or what he wants for you, what he has for you in his will. I think we really make God laugh when we really tell God what we want. I think we really do. So it's really just lining up with him and making sure that you understand exactly what's his will for you. I want my wills to line up with what God has. His will for me is to be. So those things are very important. Like we get so many redirections in life through every facet of our life, even the different walks, even from when you were a child all the way up. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I think that we're delusional in the sense of expecting ourselves to control the way our life is going to go and fall how we feel like it needs to fall, and we get disappointed. And it's like, you know what, Lord, just let me do it the way you want me to do it. Let me enjoy the good parts of the discipline that I put in. Like, okay, I have to be disciplined about this, so the outcome is going to be better than what I ever thought it would be because it's God. He's not going to disappoint us no way. So just the thought of taking the initiative in the details to pour into what's going to make you better to receive something that's promised to you, but on a different level, and the steps you got to take to get there. So those are very, very, very important things that we got to understand. Like, because when you think about it, we all been disappointed about how we make plans to do stuff on the weekends, and it never quite goes that way. It never does. It never goes that way. The good part. It never goes that way. And we be like, dang, well, I planned on it looking like this, but it end up looking like that. Like, no, I want to do this, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get this done. Then I'm going to do ABC. But it never goes that way because it's just a redirection of protection. That's why you can never get so comfortable and closed-minded and complacent on one way of life because life is it's so oceanic. It's like it just flows and you have to roll with the punches. You have to flow with the good times, the ugly times, the high times, the low times, like just all of it. You got to flow with it because you can't, if you can't flow and go with the punches with everything in life, you're going to get left behind because two things in life that's inevitable, that's change and that's death. Those two things are inevitable, but we just have to trust in God and just go with his flow, go with his rhythm of life, the divine frequency. That's what we have to find, that divine frequency. I got a few bulletins I wrote down. The first night we was talking about plans. You make plans for, oh, I want to stay over here, or hey, I want to go to this school, or hey, I got this dream I have for my life, or hey, I got this. All that stuff that you building up or they want us to do as coming up as kids going to high school, but it never seems to go the way that we planned it to go. Like, thinking about my life, for example, like, what? 2 kids, ex-wife, all of that? No. I wouldn't have said that would have been my life, but it's the redirection because of situations or circumstances. But we can't lose sight of, no matter how bad the situation is, we have to understand the foundation of it and showing that God is saying, hey, just still have your faith and your trust in me and everything will be all right. Like, because we all know life be life. I can't front and say life don't be life because it definitely be life. Another one is like, when you wake up late for work. I know it's been several times in certain instances where I know I set my alarm to get up for work, but you don't wake up on time. You running late, trying to get yourself together. Ooh, gotta get this stuff. Gotta get to work. So through that whole process, your whole day, your whole rhythm of your day, how you plan your day to go is thrown off. Like, and that's the worst ever. Like, how you plan your schedule, how your day starts, your structure of your day is thrown off. Like, that throws off everything. And so with that throwing off everything, like, you got to really learn how to shake back from that because it's really frustrating. It's like it just throws your whole day off. But really focusing in your meditation, man, you gotta stand strong on your faith in your meditation when you get to those moments like that when your whole day is thrown off. You just like, okay, I just gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. You gotta have that mentality because like I said, that whole situation or ordeal happened because God was redirecting you. When God redirects you, like everything you think you know is how things are gonna go is not gonna go that way. And that's okay though. That's why I said we have to be very diverse and open minded to understand like, well, this didn't go the way I planned. I needed it to go, but you know what, Lord, I trust you. I'm just gonna keep on going. Like we gotta be well rounded, multifaceted to the point to where no matter what happens, we take it on the chin and we just okay, gotta keep on going. And I know that seems a bit inhuman, but I think that sometimes that mindset really helps you get through the tough times of a bad situation or a rough part of your life that was traumatic. Like it's just being like, okay, you know what? Yeah, it's messed up. I can't really do nothing about it. But let me just keep going. Let me just keep going. Because when you think about it, how many times do we really actually have things planned and it just goes perfectly? It's like hardly rare to none. Like that never happens. Like I said, it's your life, your career. How many times have we put in for a job and you be like, dang, I want that job. I work hard for that job. I did everything I need to do to get this promotion and you don't get it. And how discouraged you are. You think about, man, I ain't putting in for nothing else. I'm not doing it. But you can't let it get you down like that. You cannot let it get you down. Because that right there is just God redirection. Delay doesn't mean denied. Just as God says no, it's not for you, that means He has something better for you. Or He feels like you're not ready for it yet. So it goes back to looking at the cup half full or half empty. Like that's your mindset. Your mindset is very, very important. You have to have a strong mentality. You gotta have a strong mentality. You really do. Like you gotta look at things between the you can't always look at things in the corner. Like, you gotta take a step back and look at it in the spiritual light. Look at it from that side. Because you can't really I feel like honestly, as in humanity wise, we have nothing really just to put our faith in 100% besides Christ. Like, look how the world is going. Everything is going every wishy kind of way. Everything is unbalanced. Everything is off. The weather's off. Everybody's personality, energy is off. Like, it's just a complete shift through the spiritual realm and everything in the world. So everything is shifting. Everything is crazy. So it's all right though. Like, we gotta hold on to Christ. So that's why I said a lot of times, like we get a lot of redirection from a lot of things that God is saving us from. We don't even know about. We don't even know what's going to happen. Why we woke up late for work. Why you got to work 2 hours later. You don't know what transpired in those 2 hours that God was protecting you from, just to make sure you can make it to work that day. So you have to look at things like that on that very, very in-depth level. Because if you don't, I mean, everything is not black and white. So many things are subjective and so many different perspectives and ideals and different angles from everything in life. I think that even when it comes to our relationships, like whether it's friendships, whether it's significant others, whether it's just individuals that you meet period throughout life. I think everybody comes in your life. You come in contact with people for a reason. I feel like it's just not by chance. I think that you're supposed to learn something from that person. Whatever person you come in contact with, you're supposed to learn something. Like I say, iron sharpens iron. What else, Wade? Appreciate you tapping in, big dog. Like iron sharpens iron. Like everybody that you ever meet, you come in contact with, is some point of something you're supposed to gain from them and they're supposed to gain from you. My guy, yes, you're supposed to learn something from everybody you come in contact with. So when you learning something from somebody you come in contact with, you don't know how long they're going to be in your life. You don't know the the depth of the relationship, how it's going to be. You might not get to the dating phase. You might not get, past the associate phase. You might get to the friendship phase. Y'all might be friends for 3 years, 2 years, even 12 years. But that doesn't mean that if the situation is redirected and y'all paths went in different directions, whether they did something bad or not, that situation doesn't have to always be a bad thing. It could just be like y'all time is up in each other's life and it's time for y'all to go and enjoy the different paths of y'all life without each other. It's meant for y'all to cross paths again, y'all will. I think that, like I said, two things can be right at the same time. Two things can be wrong at the same time. It doesn't always have to be a bad reason when it comes to God redirecting your life. It could be a good thing. It could be, okay, you passed the test. That's a redirection. Like, okay, boom. You got here. Okay, I need you to make this right here. Go that way. You never know what life is going to take you. I think Forrest Gump said it best, and he's been proven right so far. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get because you never really know what life is going to serve you. Like, you could be somewhere 3 years, boom, some tragic happened in life. It's just life. And life and experiences redirect you to different things and different experiences. But you have to really be open-minded through all of this, because just because you was raised a certain way doesn't mean that was the correct way of raising. Like I said, it could be two things right. You might be raised on one side of the great raising. The other person might be raised on the other side. But it depends on what works for you in your household. So we have to be open-minded in life, because, like I said, God redirects us so much. You be poured into this person. You're in a relationship for about 6, 7 months, 8 months. You pour into this person, and boom, boom, it's over with. Might not be a bad thing. Might not be a good thing. But your time is your time with somebody. After your time is up, your time is up. But that's why it's always best to just live in the moment. Enjoy the moments with people. Because when God redirects your life, you never know. Wherever God is taking you on your path when you're trying to walk in your purpose, you never know where life is going to take you. So enjoy the people that you have, because even though they're not in your life, don't mean that they were bad for your life. It just means that everybody can't go with you to the next level. Your path is different than theirs. And I'm a firm believer that everything happens how it's supposed to happen. Like, nothing happens by chance or luck or none of that. Like, God redirects us even when it comes to our family and things. Like, you could be planning to spend time with your family. You can spend time with your cousins, and boom, God be like, okay, I need you to do this. Then, how situations pop up. Well, the whole family got into it, stuff like that. Like, you avoid situations like that. It is, and that's even with friends. Some situations, your discernment be like, I don't need to do that. You make sure that you stay undistracted, like you stay focused, like you have tunnel vision. Like, that's very, very important. That's why it's very important for us to pray for discernment. Because when you pray for discernment, like, the energy, you got to pay attention to the energy. The energy doesn't lie. The energy really shows you what's what, and it tells you everything you need to know. You just have to learn how to trust yourself. Um, that's very important when walking on your healing journey. That's very important with just all areas of your life, understanding who you are, what you're going to tolerate, what you're allowing yourself to tolerate, um, allowing yourself to know the darker side of yourself. Because a lot of people be like, yeah, I want to show my light side. I want to give your light side. Yeah, that's cool. You can give the light side, but you only truly know somebody if you have to be yourself as a whole. Like I said, God named us good. He made all of us, our lightness and our darkness. So when it comes to that, you have to be yourself. You have to love yourself. The more you love yourself, the more God will redirect you to things that's worth your time and direct you away from things that's not worth your time. So it's when you're starting to really pour into yourself and love yourself, your journey changes. You get more locked in on your purpose in life. And with the walking with the purpose in your life, like everything is different. You view everything different. You're thinking of things different. Your whole perspective of life has changed. So it's very, very, very uncomfortable. I'm gonna say that. It's very uncomfortable because the reason it's uncomfortable is because that's what growth happens in the uncomfortable spots of your life. If you're comfortable, you can't grow. So with it being uncomfortable, you're gonna have a lot of redirections. You might be going 5 miles north. Hey, God say might bust 2 miles left. Bust 2 miles left. Okay, boom, you bust 2 miles left. Keep going. Now you gotta bust 2 miles right. Like you never know what life is gonna take you. You never know what their different experiences is gonna take you. So it's very important to just, like I said, live in the moment. Live in the moment. Don't take anything too serious. Don't get too high moments. Don't get too long moments because happiness is subjective. Being angry is subjective. Those are emotions that comes and go. Everything comes and goes. It's a constant flow. So you have to just go with the flow. Like I say, you have to roll with the punches because if you don't, every little thing in this world that doesn't go right is going to bother you and it's going to drive you crazy. And we have to understand that we can't control things. We can't control anything. We can't worry about what the things that we cannot control. So it's very, very important that we understand that, hey, we understand our bounds, our boundaries and our limitations to understand that, okay, hey, listen, this is who I am. This is what God has me doing. Okay, I can't worry about that because that's going against my peace, my joy, my safe space that I've created for myself to be able to sit by myself, to pour into myself, to love myself, to value myself at a higher rate to where I don't have to tolerate or entertain anything that's not worth my entertaining. So it's like, okay, boom, I see that I'm not on that time anymore. Boom, God redirects you. So it's like us taking time to like pour into ourselves. Like I said, study to show thyself approved, like reading books. When you're reading books, like your knowledge, wisdom is power. Like that's the main focus. The more you learn, the more your mindset changes, the more you experience. Like I said, when you low vibrational, you're going to experience low vibrational people. When you mid mindset, you're going to have a mediocre mindset. If you're high vibrational, you're going to have a high vibrational mindset. Those are the type of people you're going to attract and the type of opportunities you're going to attract. So it's us putting in the work into bettering ourselves and loving ourselves that really causes the redirection. Caps, what up, big dog? Appreciate you tapping in, man. We talking about thanking God for the redirection, man. We thanking God for the redirection. Things that you planned in your life that you wanted to set up your goals, and God like, no, this is cool. That's what you want to do, but no, I need you to do this. So that's how life goes. That's how a lot of things happen. And it's like, it's frustrating at first. You experience this at a young age, but it just constantly goes throughout the years. It constantly grows. It constantly grows. So you have to learn how to deal with it and break down your emotions to understand why is this frustrating me? Why is this change making me feel uncomfortable? What can I do to make this comfortable to where I'll be able to adjust to any situation, any movement, any change in life, no matter how fast it happens. I'll be like, okay, boom, I can still handle it. Like, that's the whole goal of pouring into yourself and loving yourself and praying for discernment and wisdom, because you need those things to make it through this life. We really do. Because life changes just in a heartbeat, just like that. People dying, people leaving. Like, it seems like everybody's the op nowadays. It seems like it. But you have to look at it from a different perspective. Everybody lives their own truth. What's a sin for me might not be a sin for you. And the sin is basically anything that's hindering you from getting closer to God and reaching your full potential. That's your sin. So, if you can recognize that, okay, discipline, that's necessary. Discipline is necessary. We definitely need discipline to maintain through the temptations of life, the ups and downs of life, your faith, perseverance, your endurance. Like, you have to go through things in life, and it's character builders. That's what it is. I know a lot of times, a lot of people are like, hey, well, why God allowed me to go through this? God is really getting your attention. Sometimes He allows things to happen for a reason, to wake you up. I believe that everything that we go through in life, everything, all the bad stuff, it wakes you up. Be like, dang. It hits you from a whole different dimension, and you like, why didn't I see that? How did I miss that? Because you be so blind. People do what you allow. Yeah, that's true. Yes. That goes back to our accountability episode. We got to be accountable. We got to take accountability for the things and the situations we allowed ourselves to get into. We really have to, because if we don't take accountability for it, how can we be better? How can we measure ourselves up to what? This is what we want to acquire. Okay, what acquires me to have this type of lifestyle? What infrastructure requires me to get to this level? We all say, hey, I want to be a millionaire, but what's the criteria of the character and the morals and the values to be this caliber of person, to have what this person has? We think about all of that stuff. It's a lot of tedious things and a lot of shadow work that we have to do within ourselves to reach these goals. Change is usually uncomfortable. Yeah, you're right, Cam. There's two things that this world fears. It's change and things that they don't understand. Change and things that they don't understand. That's two things the world fears. Change and something that they don't understand. They're not fooling with it. We all have moments where we like that. That's why I said we have to learn how to flow with the divine synchronicity of life, like the vibration of life. We have to. Because if we don't, you'll never be prepared for anything. Every little thing will just throw you off, and you just never be in a great mood. No. You got to learn how to muster through those and lock in. Like, you got to understand why you're doing it, who you're doing it for, and what's the passion behind it. It's always going to be like your driving. What's your engine? What makes your fire burn on the inside? Who are you doing it for? If you're doing it for your kids, you're doing it because you're providing for your family. Yes, like, that's why you're bettering yourself, because who's going to benefit off of it? Because apple trees don't eat apples. I saw a podcast about that. Apple trees don't eat apples. They don't. Apple trees are out there. Somebody walk by and grab an apple. That's like a good apple. But the apple tree is being fed. It's being fed through a liquid form, through water. It's being fed. It's been poured into. So, in order for us to be our best version of ourselves, we gotta lock into what God trying to show us. It's the only way we can be who we are and bear the fruit that we're supposed to bear. That's gonna bless others. Like me using this platform. This is my calling on my life. Just talk to you guys and spread God's word and be positive and be a motivational speaker. Like, a builder of me, and that's what I'm doing. That's why Keep it authentic, keep it 100, keep it real. Like, that's what we doing. That's exactly what we're doing. But God redirects us in so many ways, and we really miss the mark sometimes. We really do. Like when God redirects us, He redirects us through family, friends, or whatever. You be planning to say something or planning to go do something, then you be like, somebody in your family will be like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna go do this. Yeah, nah, let's just do this. Then you end up doing it, then you hear something happen when good thing you didn't go over there because something bad happened. So that be God redirecting you even with that. Man, listen. God redirects us in so many ways. And we get so caught up in our own ego. We get so caught up in our own plans. Like we just run it. Like we just plan everything for our life. What I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do. Yes. Sometimes, yes, when we do plan to do things and it lines up in God's will, yes, it's gonna happen. Yes. If it's your purpose, yes. If it's for you, it's for you, yes. But if it's not for you, then everybody's not meant to be a hairdresser. Everybody's not meant to be a professional gamer. Everybody's not meant to be a nurse. Everybody's not meant to drive CDL. Get that CDL and drive trucks. Everybody's not meant to do all of that stuff. So everybody has their own talent. Everybody has their own purpose. And so it's like God redirects us even in the eye of judgment, because a lot of people be getting judged off of career choices and how their life is going and how that frequency is going. But I'm a firm believer, like, we can't judge anybody. Who am I to judge you? I got to pull the wood out of my own eye before I pull the wood out of your eye. So my whole thing is everybody's journey is different. It don't matter if it looks crazy to you. It don't matter if it looks weird to you. It don't matter if it don't make sense to you. It's not supposed to make sense to you because it's not your journey. It's their journey. So whatever way God redirects them in their journey and God redirects you in your journey, it's not meant to be understood. Some stuff you can't even explain how you got out of. It's more so like, oh, they're supposed to drive me crazy. But it didn't. It didn't. Then you get through something, you be like, man, then you give yourself a round of applause. You be like, man, thank you, Lord. Thank you. I done made it through another one. But a lot of times, like, we just got to realize, too, like, we take life for granted. We really do. We really do. We don't really pay attention to the finer things. And the finer things is the most simpler things that matters the most. Like being able to get up, brush your teeth, wash your face, put your deodorant on, put your shoes on. 'Cause a lot of people can't walk. A lot of people can't use the restroom. And we take these blessings that we have every day as it's nothing because we so focused on the bigger goals, but we can't lose sight of the smaller goals. And so God, sometimes He'll allow us to go through stuff because He'll give us signs that we ignore. He'll allow us to go through it. He'll redirect us too. He'll redirect us because okay, you gonna go this way voluntarily or involuntarily. And it's gonna work your way right back to where He wanted you to be. Like, yes, you will definitely go through some things in life. Like, you're gonna experience a lot of emotional roller coaster moments. You're gonna be happy, sad, angry. Yes, like going through, looking at yourself in the mirror, understanding your weaknesses and what you need to improve on. That is a part of life. That's part of God redirecting your career, your life, your love life, your family life. Like, it's a lot of things that we get. We be like, man, I just had a weird feeling. No, that's God telling you don't do that. That's what that is. That's not a weird. Yes, it's a weird feeling, but that's your senses. That's you talking to yourself. Really, that's God talking to you because we're made in His image. So when He talks and you hear something, God is going to sound like you in your head. So, like, you feel like a weird feeling, something you don't need to do. Yeah, that's God redirecting you. That's what that is. I got a hunch. Yeah, that's God telling you, like, no, don't do that. Like a lot of times too, though, like we all are gonna make bad decisions. We're all gonna make good decisions. But even every decision that you decide to make, you're gonna have good things and bad things that come behind it. You can make a perfect decision, yes, but you're gonna have good connotations and bad connotations that come with it. And a lot of times those things are happening for a reason, to balance, in order for certain things to happen as you walk on your journey. And we have to understand that what you put out is what you're going to get back. Like whether it's a good situation, you're going to get good, you're going to get bad. You might pour into a situation, the situation didn't pour into you. But you did a good thing because you loved unconditionally. But you might receive a better understanding as a lesson. That better understanding of that situation when it malfunctioned, it didn't go the way you wanted it to go because you was like, I was doing everything right. But that's God redirection for you. He redirected you in order for you to understand the lesson he's trying to show you. Sometimes people be in your life to show you how to love yourself. And some people are be in your life to show you how to love others. Show you what real love is. Like, that's why I say, like, everybody you come in contact with, you're supposed to learn something from them. Or that gut feeling you get, yeah. You right, Cam. You right, Caps. Yeah. That's what that gut feeling is. That's God talking to you. Man, listen. That's God talking. You have a gut feeling. That's your soul telling you, don't do that, big dog. No, nah. We ain't doing that. No. Most definitely. So, when you think about it, we get redirected in so many ways. Like, even like certain situations where the energy will redirect you. Like everything has been good. You never had a bad sign about anybody, or going to this spot you like to hang out at, whether it's a bar and grill or you going to a hookah lounge or wherever. Like you be going, it's part of your routine. You go, you don't never have no issues. Like I don't never have no issues going here or going anywhere. But just one day you go there and the energy just off in there. Like, yeah, let me get up out of here. So situations like that, that's redirection from God too, because you like, ooh, this energy ain't right in here. Let me get up out of here. Then later on you hear a few hours later something happened. Like that's God affects our lives and redirecting us in so many different ways. Like he really reveals, if you pray for wisdom and get closer to him, he really reveals a lot of different ways how people really are. Like he really uncover a lot of people's characters and the people that you experience in life. And it's up to us to pay attention because we miss it. We missed the mark. I know I missed the mark several times just from my relationships with my kids, moms, and relationships I've had. Like, and I'm not saying, it's one side. No, it's both sides. Like, it's redirected on both sides of the fence. Whether you doing wrong or you doing right. Like, everybody's redirected on their own path, no matter who does what in what situation, who's not. God said he loves everybody. So whether they doing wrong or they doing right, God still got a journey for them to go on. So it's really crazy because we got so many different varieties and variables when it comes to personalities, when it comes to this world and humanity. And like, we don't have no room to really judge anybody because we all need to work on ourselves. Like, that's crazy. I just never understood why, why we're so judgmental towards each other. Like, why we give so much energy to negativity, but we can't receive God's direction without discernment on our path and how he's redirecting our life because we're so caught up in the wrong stuff. Now we put our energy into something more positive, something that's better than ourselves instead of drama and everything. Like, we'll be so much further in life spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Like, we definitely need to wake up Wake up and realize, because everything is so discombobulated right now. Like I said at the beginning of this live, what do we really have to put our faith in besides Christ right now? Because he's redirecting everything for us. What you said, Miss Raquel Career, he would also put you through the same situation which you learn until you learn that lesson. Draining but necessary. Right. You're right, Raquel. You're right. That is true. That is true. God will redirect you to go back through a situation. It'll just look slightly different. It might not look exactly like the first situation you went through, but it'll actually be redirected to something that's going to be similar, and it's going to be a different part of the test. It's not going to be the part of the test of the last test you had that you aced that you could look for. It's going to be something totally different. It's going to be disguised and covered up, and it's going to be the same situation. But like I said, it's going to look different. Different environment. The same situation though. But you got to really have your discernment on point to really point that out, to really understand that. Because that's really what, only thing you really have to rely on is your discernment. Because energy don't lie. Hey, Miss Amanda Blessed. Appreciate you tapping in. Conversation tonight. We talking about thank God for the redirection. How he redirects you in every part of your life. Whether it's a career, with your family, with your kids, with your significant other. Like even when you planning on going out of town and taking a trip. Like you might plan to go here and boom, something happens. So some reason you can't get this Airbnb and you end up having to get another Airbnb. That's redirection right there. You don't know what's going on, why you couldn't get that Airbnb. God might not want you to stay right there. He wants you to stay somewhere else. So it's so many different situations and so many different variables that go into life and seeing how the energy flows and things, and it's so many twists and turns. You can't predict. Nothing is predictable. Like nothing is predictable. You never know what's gonna happen nowadays. You really don't know what's gonna happen. All you can do is try to really work on yourself and prepare yourself. Like be prepared. Study to show thyself approved. Like that isn't just speaking about reading the Bible. That's reading books that's gonna pour into your knowledge and help you understand the more higher, superior version of yourself, to love yourself even more, to value yourself on a higher level, the way you come into agreement with what God said about you. God said you was good. So why we trying to clean ourselves up before we go to him? Man, listen, I'm here. Yeah, filthy. Terribly filthy. I'm an account. Like, you just gotta be to the point to where you love yourself, you love the flaws about yourself, you love your weaknesses. You willing to put in the work to allow God to talk to you, give you discernment to redirect your life, because he's gonna put you in the right direction. But you're just gonna have tests. You're gonna go through storms. That's part of it. Like, life isn't gonna be easy. But we have to understand too, though, that life ain't easy. We gotta make sure that we have something to hold on to focus on. Like, and we can't focus on. That's why you can't pursue happiness. Happiness don't last all the time. You can't pursue nothing but really just being peaceful, like seeking wisdom and peace from God, like through your trials and your tribulations of life. Like that peace, you get to a point where you get to a high level of peace where you just, when everything happens, you just like, oh, okay, well, I got to do that too. And you just add it to your list to keep going. Like, there's nothing really gets you out your character. You don't get too high in the situation. You don't get too low in the situation. You just stay right in the middle. Like, those things, when you get to that point of life and redirections, that's when redirections are like, okay, boom, I got to go this way now. Boom. Okay, I got to go this way now. Like, oh, well. Like, you ever been to a point to where you thought you was going to be stationed here at a job. Then when you get to this job and you get to this place, you be here like, boom, okay. Now you end up having to move clean way across the country. Like, that's redirection. That's redirection in so many different forms. Like, we can make plans to make it somewhere into a company. Then your plans, God show you a different plan. That's how it was for me when I worked at Honda. Like I'm still at Honda. I've been there, but my career, my first plan starting at my career there was I'm going to do X, Y, Z. But God redirection. God shows you different things, and He shows you why He told you no. He showed you He said no. But now you have to understand. Okay, He told me no because of this. Okay, boom. God wants you to have a more abundant life, a more peaceful life. He's going to put you somewhere that's going to put you right there close to your purpose. He's going to redirect you in a way that it's going to put you in a peaceful place. Like, yes, when you go to different jobs, you're going to have to go through things. Every job has BS. Everything in life has BS, but it's what you're willing to tolerate, what you're willing to put up with. So, at first, yes, when I first started working at Honda, it was hard, man. That was my first real job. That's my first real job. But first real job, my mom she didn't think I was going to make it. She didn't. She was just like, I don't know. I don't know if you're going to make it. But I stayed. I worked through the hard time. I went through the rough parts, blood, sweat, and tears. Stayed there. I'm there 15 years now. So it's like certain things in life, you got to go through something to get to something. You got to go through the rough part of life to get to a better part of life when it comes to my career. So everything is going to have a little tension, a little friction. You know, you're going to get a little pushback a little bit, but that's life. Like, we can't be delusional to think everything is going to be rainbows and unicorns and sunshine all the time. Like, no, we have to learn how to do redirection. It could be a redirection in broad daylight. It could be a redirection when it's a storm in your life. Like, but no matter what's a storm or not, you got to learn how to celebrate in the midst of those. Like, find a silver lining. Okay, well, I caught a flat tire. Hey, I paid my car insurance. I mean, that's a positive, right? Like, find something. Like, it may not even be relative to that problem that you have going on or that situation, but find something that you can hold on to that brings you peace in the area, in the safe space that you're in your life. Like, you look forward to coming home from work and you taking a shower, sitting up in a big blanket with your wine in front of a fireplace. I mean, you look forward to that peaceful place, right? So even though everything is going crazy, as long as you get to do that, that puts you in your safe space, right? So that's how we have to be through every area of life. When we're happy, when we're sad, when we're frustrated, like, those emotions are going to happen. We're human. You're going to feel that. But that comes with the redirection of life too. When those emotions trigger, go up and down, that's Him redirecting your life on all levels. What I'm about to say, I always say, look at the cup half full instead of half empty. Yeah, for real. Right. You have to. Because when you look at it half full, you're looking at it from a spiritual side, like, oh, these are lessons. These are lessons. I'm getting redirected for lessons. If you look at everything like, oh man, I just got bad. Look, I got bad. You're looking at it from a carnal side mindset. Like, you looking at it from the carnal side. You're looking at it from the fleshly, from a worldly side. So you looking at it like, oh man, I'm just having bad luck. Ain't nothing gonna go right for me. And you speaking all this negativity into the air. Speak life, not death. Because we manifest, our mind is the most powerful thing in this world. We can manifest and speak things. We speak our life to where we are now. Where we are in life and what we went through in life, we spoke that upon ourselves because what we allowed ourselves to go through, what we came into agreement with, what we spoke on ourselves. That's why it's very important to be careful what you see, what you hear, what you speak. All of that. It's very important that we be careful with that. Because when you speak life, it gives yourself an opportunity to have hope for another day. That's where faith comes in. No matter what's going on, you got to have that faith and know that tough times don't last always. They don't. It's okay. Life is lifing. But like I said, hold on to yourself a safe spot for like peace. And when you hold on to that safe spot of peace, that'll make it where it's easy for you to navigate, that you have a grounded mindset, a grounded spirit, and you're like, okay, this going on, I'm gonna do that, boom. I'm gonna do this, boom. I'm gonna do this, boom. I'm gonna do this. Okay, everything going on, Lord, I'm trusting you 100%. I can't do it. I can't worry about what I can't control, Lord. Just let me keep pushing. I don't have time to dwell on this, but I'm gonna put it on the back burner. Let me keep on going. What Raquel said, right. We can find light in the darkness. That's the whole finding peace where we are. Yes. You're right, Raquel. Yeah. Exactly. That is exactly right. You have to be able to find peace wherever you are. You can't wait to throw a picnic when the sun come out. You'll be waiting. Get a big old umbrella and then put a picnic up under the umbrella. We're gonna have a picnic in the rain. We can go out there and eat when that one on anyway and just wing it. Just make a good situation out of a bad situation. I think that sometimes we really stop ourselves. We're our worst enemy. I don't think it's the devil. I'm not pouring into that cup. I think that we stop ourselves. Because God said we will do more abundant things. We'll have a more abundant life. We will do greater things. So, with that being said, we're made in his image and we're like him. So, why can't we do what he do? Why can't we speak life into things? Why can't we manifest the life we want? That's the whole point. You have to really be careful, like how you speak, who you have around you. A lot of times, too, God will redirect you because of your crew you have around you. People that's not on the same wavelength with you. People that's on some old stuff and you're trying to mature and they're not maturing. And it's a disconnect there. God will redirect you. He's redirecting your life then. Friends, you thought y'all was going to be friends forever. Y'all don't end up being friends forever. Because why? God redirected your life. Life definitely whooping my tail, but I still wake up, cry, shake it off, thank God through my storm and keep pushing. On everything, Amanda, I promise you. Man, listen. I say tag God, you it all the time. Right. I promise you. Yes, man, you got to stay prayed up. You got to keep God as your foundation. You got to understand, like, no matter what's going on, wake up in the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, be like, hey, you are him. You that guy. You are her. You're that woman. You that deal. Speak life into yourself. Speak life into your kids. Please do. Please do. Yes. Kids don't understand that in this life. I see why my parents used to be like, you don't want to rush. Take your time being young. Like, don't rush to get old. Like, I get it. Yeah. Because adulting is ghetto. Life be lifing. But, I wouldn't trade my life for anything. Like, I wouldn't change it. Honestly, I wouldn't change anything because everything I've been through has made me the man I am today. So, who says that if I change one thing, I'm gonna still be the same person? God gives the strongest battles to the strongest warriors. So that'll change the story God wrote for me. So I don't regret anything. I look back over my life and I smile and I'll be like, Lord, I know it wasn't nothing but you. Ooh, Jesus, I know it wasn't nothing but you. Woo. Because I know a lot of situations I would have been like, man, smite me, almighty smiter. For real. Like, man, listen. Adulting is too ghetto. Adulting too ghetto, man. Listen. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I want to call my dad and I like, hey, bro, hey, we need to have a conversation about this. Like, why you ain't tell me about all of this? I'll be like, man, listen. But that's always a main thing that we should always never lose. We should never lose our faith, never lose our humor, because sometimes you just have to laugh at situations from crying. Like, sometimes you just got to laugh and be like, man, this is lame. Like, for real, like, you got to laugh at yourself. Sometimes you got to laugh from crying. You got to laugh, keep yourself from crying. You be like, bro, what the world? All right. So you just handle it accordingly, because I know I'm the type, if if I dwell on something too long when something is transpired, I have to just like look at it for what it is. Like, dang, it messed up right there. I ain't got time to worry about it. Let's keep on going. Like, I do that and I deal with my emotions when I'm awful, when I don't have anything to do, and I just sit and make sure I sort through and understand why I'm feeling this way and why it affected me this way and what I got to do to fix it. Like, that's that's definitely how I handle everything. And that's perfectly fine. Sometimes you gotta let it out, cry, release, make space for that healing energy to flow in. That's how you grow. Yeah, yeah. I agree with that fully. Like Raquel said, yeah. Yeah, y'all y'all better cry on that floor. Sometimes you have to slide down the shower wall. Sometimes you gotta play Mary J. Blige. I'm going down for 99th time till you feel better. You don't want to listen to it the 100th time. You over it now. Sometimes it take that. Them redirection. Sometimes it takes something to just give you a little bit of peace. Whether it's like I said, it's sitting in front of your fireplace with a snuggie on, drinking a big bottle of wine, or it's playing the video game, or it's watching your favorite TV shows, eating popcorn, or whether it's going for a walk in the park, or going to the gym, or going to get your favorite coffee shop early in the morning, drink your favorite type of coffee, like something tedious like that. Anything that you can hold on to keep you in a peaceful place, do it. Make yourself happy. Like, that impedes on your growth. That impedes on your increase in your elevation and your ascension. Like, you got to continue to do things to make you happy, even if you have that heavy feeling on you. You just don't feel like doing anything. Still get up and do it. That's God redirecting you to give you opportunity to have different hobbies and different experiences, the way you can learn how to do certain things, and you will always have a good task on hand of, hey, I can sit by myself. I can learn how to crochet. I can make a clay vase. Hey, I know how to bend glass. I know how to weld, or I know how to I know how to sew. I know how to stitch. I know how to braid hair. Like, it's different. So many different things you can do. Gotta find time to be still. Feel it. Like, silence your world. Oh yeah. Sometimes you gotta do that. I know I do that in a heartbeat. I ain't gonna even lie. I know the last live. Listen, they told me that I be quick to get ghost and get quiet. Yeah, I do. Because if I'm not gonna come and give you the correct energy that our friendship is based off of, I ain't gonna say that at all. Because if I ain't gonna be myself, it's no point. Like, I have to get myself together. Don't be nothing personal against the friend or the person. It's more so like, let me get these emotions under control. Let me understand these emotions. Let me see what caused these emotions. Why are these emotions still present? What do I need to do? How can I turn these emotions and use them to fuel to still push me to be even more open-minded and adventurous to better myself? Redirecting you to self. Right, exactly. My point exactly, yes. I feel the weight lift every time I get in the shower. Play "Do It For Me" by Zacardi Cortez. I shift my whole atmosphere. Oh yeah, yes, man. What ain't that like praying in the shower when that water hitting you? Jesus Christ, you be like, man, do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Thank you, man. Get home a little bit, a little something. But yeah, like, yeah, praying in the shower, like, it's a good place to have your own praying space. Whether it's you praying in the shower, you praying on the toilet, you praying while you're cooking, you praying while you're washing. It's different areas that you feel comfortable where you experience God more, where you feel like you experience God. Like I said, it's your truth, your way you serve God, and you and God's interaction. Like, everybody's interaction with God is different. So it might be different for you. So people tend to, experience God and like different things and have different interests. You so funny, Amanda. But yeah, but that's the whole thing though. Like, life is so wide open. Life is so diverse. Life is so unlimited. it's so many different variables of anything you can enjoy throughout life, wherever you want to go in life, whatever you want to do in life. So it's like we can't put ourselves in our parameter of that's weird. Oh, that's different. That's lame. Because you never know what you're gonna enjoy until you try it. Everything look lame until you learn how to do it. First you be like, I don't know about that. But then when you start doing it, you be like, oh, okay. Like especially since I've been on this journey with doing this podcast, and I got a different level of appreciation for art. Because I had went and did a photo shoot in Atlanta, and it's just like the different art, like, I don't know, like, it did something spiritually to me, like, man, just sitting there, like, a few of them, I saw one, the red bird y'all saw I posted jumping off the thing. It made me think of my dad. Like, that really put me in my feelings, because y'all know that was my best friend. And just the different paintings put me in a different space mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And then when I did this room, like, pain and just putting pure emotion into it and understanding, like, motivational quotes and, like, just understanding in depth of how art affects you, like, how it's meaningful, how people put their heart and their soul into when they paint something, like, and it's crazy because it's just like, man, my soul was going crazy when I was looking at all of that art. Like, I was in my feelings heavy. Like, what's up, Benzo? My guy Naptown tapped in. Okay, what's up, big dog? But yeah, like, then it's just the graffiti and just the art. Like, it just taps you into a different interest. And so that's God. When you gain a new interest in life, that's God redirecting you then too. Like, he redirects you in every layer of your life. He really does. Like it's crazy. It's insane to feel like that you just want to be closed minded in today's age and society. Like, it's really hard to imagine anybody that's still closed minded. Like, because the world is so diverse. This country is so diverse. Like, it's just wild to me. Little bro, what's up? Jamal Ricks, appreciate you tapping in, big homie. We just talking about how God redirects you in life, man. Like, he really redirects us, and he puts us on a better path. Like, hey, danger, go this way. Okay. Some situations aren't meant to last forever. Some situations may last a year. Some situations may last 5 months. Some situations may last 2 months. But it doesn't mean because it ended that it's bad. It doesn't always mean it's bad. That mean that it's just y'all time. I hope y'all learn whatever y'all was gonna learn from each other and keep on going. Like, that's just how life is sometimes. You might have a friend, y'all been friends all the way through high school. Then after high school, y'all don't see each other for the next 30 years. That don't mean that y'all fell out. That mean that y'all just on different paths in life. And that's fine though. Like, we just have to understand that it's all like, it's all mind games. It's a spiritual mind thing. Like, it's the social constructs. Raquel said, we've been so conditioned to believe our happiness depends on the ways of the world until life forces us to pause and reflect, only to realize everything we needed was already within us. Right. Man, listen. I've been looking at all those woke videos. Man, listen. When I tell you when God spoke on me when I first started doing this, like, man, God be talking to me all the time. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's just a lot of places I won't go no more because it's just like, it's all about the energy. God been on me heavy. Oh yeah. Like Jamal said, everything happens for a reason. Right, bro. Right. Yeah. But yeah, when you realize that everything you have is within you, that's why it says power in the tongue. That's why they say hear no evil, speak no evil, or see no evil. Those are the three things that we're not supposed to entertain anything evil, anything negative, none of that. And that's, to break that down even further, that's anything that goes against God. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. So practice. We need to practice speaking life into situations. Wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror, pour into yourself. Tell yourself you're intelligent. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're handsome. Tell yourself that, hey, you that guy, you big dude. I mean, do all of that. Like, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel good. But it's all about how you feel about yourself. If you love yourself, you'll be able to love anybody. But if you don't love yourself, how can you love anybody? How can you say you love God and you don't love yourself? Because we're made in his image. So in order for you to love God, you have to love yourself fully through the good and the bad. Light side and your dark side. Yep, Raquel, you correct on that. Sweetheart, energy is everything. Energy is everything. Energy don't lie. If I feel any type of way, I'm be like, okay. Hmm. Let me sit back and pay attention to this. Like, you just have to be observant. You just have to watch your surroundings. You just have to pay attention to every little thing. Because, like I said, everybody wasn't raised the same. Everybody doesn't have the same experiences in life. Some things were raised to mean a certain way. Some things were raised to certain people mean a different way. So it's all about the communication. And you got to have that conversation with people, whether it's your friends or whomever, to understand, hey, when you're walking with God on this path and he's redirecting me, hey, now listen, you might catch some of this flat because I'm trying to walk with God. You got to be 100 and tell your friends, hey, listen, I'm walking with God. I'm trying to get it together. So with that happening, hey, you might catch a little friction, but it's okay. There ain't nothing but just a test trying to keep us off of track. That's how it was when I first started this podcast. Man, if something happened every week, some drama happened every weekend. Man, listen, God was redirecting. We was riding this mug. Doing a robot riding this mug. Alright. Because it was just crazy. Like, it's always something just boom, just random out of nowhere. But that's God redirecting. He's redirecting and then he giving you a test. And the test is to see where your faith gonna lie. Yeah, you serve me great early in the morning when everything is going right. But how you gonna serve me when you short from paying your power bill? How you gonna serve me when you trying to catch up your car note or catch up your mortgage or catch up, just anything that can happen? You lose your car or you lose your house or you have a bad car accident. Like, are you still going to serve me despite all of these things that can happen? That's what God, when he's redirecting you. When bad stuff happens, he's redirecting you too. God redirects you in every way, form, or fashion. He touches every part of our life. And the more we wake up and realize that God made us as a whole, he made us. He made the dark parts of us. He made the light parts of us. He named us good. So the more we can accept what God say about us, the more we'll have a more peaceful life. And it's too many folks hating on each other and we ain't got enough to show for it. Like, how that make sense? Like, we can't do that. Like, if I'm looking at somebody who got more than me and you come across my path and when God redirected me, I'm trying to get close to you so you can let me know your secrets in the task that you did and the extra work you did behind the scene to get to your level where you are. That's what I'm trying to get next to you, I don't want you to give me no connection. Yeah, that's cool, but I need to know what you did with the work you put in. Pass the wisdom. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I'd rather get next to somebody and know their mindset. I would have loved to sit and have a conversation with Kobe Bryant. What? I want to talk to Kobe. I want to talk to the Mamba. That's who I don't want to talk to Jay-Z. I want to talk to Kobe. I want to talk to him because he outsmarted everybody. He outworked everybody. He knew how when God redirected him and going down his journey of being in it when he was in the NBA, like, he had it figured out. His favorite martial artist was Bruce Lee. And Bruce Lee, that says a lot for itself. He said, be more like water. Water? Hey, be more like water. That's how it was. The thing about it is you can have all of the resources in the world, but if you don't have the mindset to back up the resources, then that goes all for nothing. But if you don't have the resources, but you have a mindset to work and grind to get where you want to get in life, that's going to take you further than having those resources because your work ethic and your mindset. You never stop for self-improvement. You never stop seeking that self-improvement. Because there's always room for improvement. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. This whole episode tonight, episode 25, was about thank God for the redirection, because he saved us from so much redirection in our life, whether we like it or not. And I appreciate y'all showing love. Y'all share with a friend, share with a friend, and share with a friend. Y'all follow my other page, Juice Word, on Facebook. Y'all follow my IG page, Juice Caesar, on IG. Then my other page is Eccentric Sauce, eccentric.sauce on IG also. Y'all holla at my TikTok, Jew_Caesar. I just been working, putting in work, just really put my all into this. This is something God got a call in my life to do, and I love to bring y'all gems and bring y'all wisdom and knowledge and bring y'all light in such of a negative time in our life right now. I'm always be truthful, be 100, and keep it thorough with y'all no matter what. I appreciate the love. I appreciate all the support, and we gonna keep on going. We ain't stopping. We ain't stopping. We ain't stopping. We gonna keep on going. We gonna keep on going. I got some more stuff in the works. Making content, taking pictures. I got some more stuff I'm gonna upload. This my baby though. Like, this is my favorite room in the house now. Just the gold paint on the walls. So much emotion is attached to this. I got my dad right here. Like, that was my best friend. That was my confidant. I got my boys. That's my lineage. Love my boys, Kyrie and Drew. Daddy love y'all. Salute. Young kings in the making. I just thank God for the opportunity to have this platform to speak to y'all and tell y'all the truth. So y'all tap in. I got some more content coming. Y'all holler at me on YouTube also. I forgot. Yeah, YouTube. Julius Parker. My handle is Juice Word. Y'all subscribe, man. Y'all subscribe. Y'all show love. Y'all share with a friend. Share with a friend. But it's it. Keep up the great work and topics. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, Miss Creer. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. Yes, Jamal, you right, big dog. We got to see ways we got to grow every day. But I appreciate y'all love. I appreciate y'all support. Y'all tune in next week. I got some more content coming. Facebook, IG, TikTok. I'm not on X. I'm on, YouTube. Y'all tap in. Y'all subscribe. Y'all love. Y'all share. So, y'all have a blessed night. God bless.